Another way of dealing with difficult feelings and thoughts that are coming up is really to recognize them, to notice when you're having those what if thoughts or going to the worst case scenario, and to be compassionate. This is not a time to yell at yourself or beat yourself up emotionally, but gently notice those thoughts, try to put them aside, see whether there's any alternative that you can come up with. If you're thinking, what if, can you use evidence of what's actually happening in the present moment that contradicts that possibility? There's also a technique called worry scheduling, which is where you actually make a time in the day where it's okay to think about things that you can't control but that worry you. And then the rest of the day, and we're not talking about 6 hours of worry time on your calendar, like maybe 20 minutes or 5 minutes per hour. And the rest of the time, if you think those worried thoughts, you say to yourself, oh, it's not the time for them right now. I'll come back to that later, again, gently. And then when it's the time, you let yourself loose, have those worries, have those fears, and then gently close the door on them in your mind until the next time that's scheduled. You can look around for things that are in your control. This is really allowing a lot of us, or encouraging, the current situation is really encouraging a lot of us to be creative about redefining what it means to be active, what it means to be able to control things. So look around. Can you choose what you're going to have for dinner that day? Can you choose who you're going to talk to, where you're going to take a walk? We do have things that are in our control, and we can focus on those and limit the things that are going to worry us. If you're finding that you're watching the news nonstop or listening to the news nonstop, reading it online, please consider having some breaks in your day or scheduling that for certain times in the day. And look for ways to think about things that feel good. One possibility is to practice gratitude by thinking about 3 good things every day. That can be something you talk about with other people, either in person or on the phone. Trying to look back over the day and say, what were 3 good things that happened? What were 3 good things that you were able to do or that you enjoyed? And if you're having trouble coming up with that, really get to the basics. You're breathing. You have a roof over your head. You're healthy. You're recovering. Look for the good all around you and stay in the moment that you're in. If you're somebody who's already been dealing with mental health challenges in the past, you actually have an advantage here in that you've been practicing these skills. You already know what it feels like to have days where you feel anxious, you feel low, where you're worried maybe you can't get through the day doing the things that you need to do. And you already have the strength, and you know it because you've practiced these things before. Some of the things I've been suggesting are probably very familiar to you, and you're very resilient at having those difficult times and bouncing back.